do I use I or do I use me in a sentence? That's actually a tricky thing that confuses a lot of people. So the sentence, John and I went swimming last week, or should it be John and me went swimming last week? I or me? Or Bob skated with Katie and I? Or should it be Bob skated with Katie and me? Is it I or is it me? People who say to you, you should always use I, or you should use what sounds better, or I is more formal sounding. Those are actually all the wrong explanations. So actually, what is the difference? Well, I is a subject pronoun and me is an object pronoun. That probably didn't help you at all. A subject pronoun is the performer of the action in a sentence, and the object pronoun is the receiver of the action in a sentence. Subject pronouns are the ones who are performing, like I, you, he, she, it, we, they, and who. They're the ones who are doing the thing in the sentence, whereas the object pronoun is receiving. Me, you, him, her, it, us, them, and whom. So the subject pronoun is the performer of the action in the sentence. I saw the Weaver family. I visited Susan. I enjoy the film. It's the one doing the action, whereas the object pronoun is the receiver of the action in a sentence. James sees me. Wendy came with me. They gave it to me. So subject pronouns become really confusing in a sentence as soon as you add two subject pronouns that are both performing an action. So I'm going to give you a tip to really help you with that. Put your fingers over the extra subject that's confusing you, and it'll make it a lot more clear. So let's look at the example we had first. John and I went swimming last week. Or is it John and me went swimming last week? I'm really confused because of that John. So let's cover that over, and we have I went swimming last week or me went swimming last week. Well, I think you know it's I went swimming last week. And that makes the sentence John and I went swimming last week. The other example we had was Walter and I rented a cottage. Or is it Walter and me rented a cottage? Let's cover Walter over so it's just either I rented a cottage or me rented a cottage. And we know it's I rented a cottage, so the sentence should be Walter and I rented a cottage. Now, when a subject is only singular, but whoa, there's two objects, again, that can be confusing by having the extra partner. So use your fingers to cover over the extra object so it isn't confusing. Bob skated with Katie and I. Or is it Bob skated with Katie and me? Well, let's cover up Katie. So we have Bob skated with I or Bob skated with me. Well, I think you know it's Bob skated with me. So the right sentence would be Bob skated with Katie and me. So people who say to you it should always be I or I is more formal are incorrect. In this sentence, we have to use an object pronoun. Jennifer sent notes to Mary, Brenda, and I. Or Jennifer sent notes to Mary, Brenda, and me. Well, all those other people are confusing me, so let's get rid of them and try again. Jennifer sent notes to I. Jennifer sent notes to me. Well, we know she sent them to me, so the sentence should be Jennifer sent notes to Mary, Brenda, and me.